Well, I guess you guys have gone and done it, haven't you? You made it through. And you've been an outstanding class. There was a lot of chemistry with this class. There was a lot of fun with this class. You guys not only were classmates, you're genuinely friends. You know, you guys got along with the occasional time I had to go put the referee shirt on and send you to neutral corners. But for the most part, you guys got along really well. And it was a lot of fun teaching you guys. A lot of fun. Don't overlook the fact that tonight's a big deal. Tonight's a very big deal. This is an accomplishment. This is not something that you get just by showing up. You had to earn what you're getting tonight. You should be proud of yourselves. You worked hard. This is going to be the first of several milestones that you have in your life, and you've earned it. You ought to be proud of yourselves. I always end up talking about each one of the graduates because I work really hard to have individual relationships with each one of them, and this year has been no exception because all of you are individuals and are fun and unique in your own ways, and a lot of you brought a lot of joy to me. So, yes, I am going to embarrass you and mock you and make fun of you, just like I did in class. This is not going to be any different. So, my victims will go in alphabetical order. That means, Amelie, you're first. You know, all things considered, you did really well, because usually when you start a new school, it's a tough year. And you know, the first couple of months you were still trying to figure it out and learn your way around, but you adjusted really, really well. You know, by the middle part of the year, you fit right in, and you came a really long way. You know, when we first started having religion class back in September, October, you know, you were paying attention, you were trying really hard, but man, by the end of class, you knew, like, all the answers to all the questions. You came a very, very long way. And you shouldn't take that lightly. Changing schools and doing as well as you did in the year you were here, that's a big deal. You did really well this year. So when you leave here and you go on to school somewhere else, simply believe in yourself, trust in yourself, because you proved this year that you're a pretty darn good kid. And you're smart. And you got what it takes to go places in life. Just don't get so uptight about stuff. Relax. You've got this. You don't have to worry about stuff. Just calm down and you're going to be fine. You did good. Carli, hold your head up. You're not going to get away with it by burying your head in your lap. Carli, you are a very, very kind person. And you're also very funny. You're one of those people that you're quiet yet you're funny. You're funny without even trying to be funny sometimes. You really make me laugh a lot this year. And the thing, you were the kid this year that you're real quiet. You would never raise your hand in any of the discussions. You wouldn't answer any of the questions until it was one of those questions when all of them would take a guess, they were wrong, and there's this awkward silence. Well, then all of a sudden Carli would speak up, and Carli would always have the right answer. Carli would bail her classmates out when they would get stumped. So I knew that you knew your stuff. You just weren't the type to, you know, raise your hand and talk about it. But I want you also to believe in yourself because you're very smart. You knew what was going on in my class, and I think you knew what was going on in all the rest of your classes too. You know, you've got such a big heart. You've got a lot to offer. So when you go off to high school next year, you know, have some confidence because you're going to do really, really good. You did real good here, and you should be proud. Next, my next victim is actually watching online. And that is my old friend, Nathan Lechucky. Nathan, I know you couldn't be here tonight, but I know you're watching. And I want you to know that you're a very special young man. You are one of the smartest students I ever had. To this day, as long as I have been here, Nathan Lechucky is the only fourth grader that I could not beat at chess. Brilliant kid. And I wasn't too warm against him on checkers either. Very, very, very smart young man. But you know what? As smart as you are, you're a fighter. You're tough. I mean, you've had all kind of stuff that has come up that you've had to fight through, and yet nothing can stop you. You just keep going, and you're not going to ever stop. You've just got an amazing drive. And you have a very strong faith in the Lord, which of course is the most important thing. For all the great attributes you have, you're a lover of God. And so tonight's special for you, and I want you to know, given the difficulties that you faced, and I haven't got a chance to see you much in the last few years, I want you to know I'm very proud of you, son. You did good. Who's next? Naomi. Naomi, you're a lot of fun. You are a lot of fun. And the thing is, you're also like really, really smart. I don't think you believe that you're smart, but you're smart. You're just a really good student. People just naturally like you. You're a very, very likable person, in spite of the fact of how I treated you in class. I actually liked you. One of the things, the thing that I'm always going to remember about you is, every once in a while, you'd pull me off to the side, Pastor, I want to talk to you, and we would get into these really deep discussions about heavy topics, right? You're a thinker. You think very, very deeply. And, a lot of times we would have these talks on these adult type of situations and issues, and we would have a good exchange of ideas, and on occasion we'd have a difference of point of view, but it didn't mean that, we got mad at each other or disrespected each other. You're a very good thinker, and you're very good at talking through things and talking with people. And of course, you've got a strong faith in the Lord. You knew your stuff in class. You know your stuff. So, just don't change when you go to high school. Just don't change. Abigail. Oh, my friend. Abby, you're a really special kid. We got to be pretty good friends through the years. We really, really did. You're very smart. During oral examination for confirmation, all the girls did pretty good. I think, the average time for that oral exam was somewhere around 20 minutes maybe. You were done in what? 4 minutes and 13 seconds? It was incredible. Just popping off these answers left and right. I noticed you're quite the athlete, too. You always talk about swimming, and I know you run track. You remember about a month ago when I played dodgeball with you guys during PE, and I pulled 5 muscles and threw my back out, and they had to carry me out of the gym? I saw you're a good athlete. You really, really are. You could play. You're good at making friends. And you are the student. I always have one every year. You're the one this year where, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I pick on you in class a lot, right? I insult, I harass, I lie to you blatantly about stuff. And because it's fun to me when I tell you these outrageous, outlandish lies and you guys believe me. Abby believed me before the service tonight when I told her this was going to be 2 hours long. She actually thought I was being serious. But the thing, Abby is the one, because every year the students are a little skittish when I pick on them in September, October. Then by December they're kind of in the groove and we just have fun back and forth. And then usually by April, somebody realizes, you know, since he's just kidding, it's okay to fight back on him. He won't get mad. And Abby was the one that started fighting back. Abby would be the one that would insult me, and we would get back and forth with these insults. She can hold herself pretty good. Don't mess with her. You're going to do well. And my girl, Kate, she's shaking her head feverishly. No, don't talk about me. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to embarrass you. No, honestly. The thing that I really want you to walk out of here knowing is that you are so much smarter than you think you are. You think that you can't do anything. You think you don't know. You think you can't learn. And yet, every single time I pushed you and pushed you, you came through. You had a little bit of a struggle during your oral exam, but you know what? You did it. And you swore up and down you never would be able to do this, and you did it. And I didn't cut you a break. I made you do it, and you did it. You can do whatever you put your mind to do. All you have to do is believe that. Because you have what it takes. You really, really do. You're a very good person. You're very likable. I mean, heck, you and Naomi have to be likable because I let you get away with TPing my truck last month. I didn't get mad about that. But you guys did good work, though, actually. I mean, that's not the first time students have vandalized my vehicles, by the way, but it actually let me know. You know what? The fact that you thought about me to do that, that lit me up inside when I saw that the next morning. Just simply make good choices, because you have made good choices this year. You actually have. And believe in yourself. And you're going to do fine. All right, so now that my embarrassing you guys individually is over, and now that this whole phase at Trinity is over with, you're starting this new chapter in your life, and you're going into this great, horrific unknown known as high school. A couple of things about high school. One, on one hand, don't take it lightly. High school's no joke. Don't think you can just walk in and they're going to hand you a diploma. It's the next level. You've got to work. And it's going to be an adjustment, especially the first year. You've got a new social setting. Quite possibly you're going to go to a much bigger school. There's going to be a lot more new friends you have to make. It's just a totally new environment, and there's an adjustment to be made. Well, like I mentioned earlier, tonight is a milestone in your life, and those milestone nights are going to keep happening as you grow. And it's good that you experience this. This is the first of many. It's going to happen again when you graduate high school and you go off to college. It's going to happen again when you graduate from college and then you get, a career job. And it's going to happen again when you get married. And changes will come again when you have kids. It's never going to stop. And so this is going to be healthy for you next year, learning how to adjust as life changes, because life always changes. It's a constant change. But on the other hand, even though high school is hard, the thing is, you're ready for it. We were hard on you here. I could get a little hard on you. Miss Messina was really hard on you. And we were hard on you not because we want to be mean and not because we get a kick out of it, but we were hard on you because you were being equipped to succeed at the next level. And that's what tonight symbolizes, is that you guys made it through that and you're ready for the next level. We wanted to instill in you work ethic. You see, in high school and especially college, they don't hound you and hound you and hound you for assignments. They ask you for it, you don't give it to them, you get a bad grade. Well, if you have a good work ethic, that's no problem because you're going to get it done. And all of you showed that you had the work ethic to make it here. And making it here isn't easy, purposefully. So, the formula for succeeding in high school, every year I tell our graduates the same formula, but that's because it still works. The formula for succeeding in high school is the exact same formula as succeeding here at Trinity. That's the good news. You do the same thing, you're going to make it just fine. Number one, there's 3 things to remember. Number one, work hard. Work hard. The work ethic that you developed here, take that to high school. Try to be ahead of the game. Don't fall behind. And just keep plowing, keep plowing. This is what, I made you do in confirmation. This is what other teachers made you do in classes. You have a good work ethic and take it seriously. You're going to be fine because, see, here's the thing. The challenges are going to grow next year, but you're growing too. You're getting more mature also. You're getting smarter. You're getting better. You're growing. And you have grown to the point that you are ready for the challenge that high school is going to bring. You're ready. So just work hard. Number 2, it's important. Make good choices. The consequences for bad choices always change the older you get. And the older you get, they get more dire. When you made an unfortunate decision at 4 years old to not clean your room when your folks told you to, you probably got in trouble for that, but it wouldn't be anything like the trouble you would cause yourself making unwise choices in terms of who you hang out with and how you may let you influence them or they influence you and doing things you shouldn't do. I mean, when you're a little kid, you get grounded. When you're old, it can short-circuit your life. Making good choices is very important. But see, the other good thing for you to remember is you were taught how to make good choices here. You were held accountable when you did not make wise choices, which for you guys actually wasn't that often, believe it or not. You guys did well. You have been taught right from wrong. You have good folks at home teaching you right from wrong, and it showed here in school because you were well behaved. So keep making good choices and you're going to do fine. Now the third and the most important thing that you must remember, well, let me see how well you guys know me. Let me see how well I have taught you. What's the third thing I'm going to tell you not to forget when you go to high school? Somebody, one of you raise your hand. Take a guess. Naomi. Jesus, thank you, yes. See, you guys are overwhelmed with Jesus here in this school. You get it every single day. You go to chapel once a week. You get religion classes constantly. If you're going to a public school, and I know most of you are, that's not going to be the case starting next year. Jesus isn't just going to roll up to you and be spoon-fed to you at school anymore. You're going to have to seek Him. You're going to have to seek Word and Sacrament on your own. That means, you're going to have to be more proactive about taking care of your faith because your faith isn't going to be nourished just simply by walking in the doors of your school next year. Unless, I know you're going to, Naomi's going to a private school, I believe, so no? Whichever. Okay. Then in that case, all of you have to keep up with your faith. And then when you get into college, you're not going to have parents to make you go to church. You're not going to have parents to say, hey, are you praying? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? The older you get, the more important it is for you to take responsibility for your own faith. And like we said, the way to take care of your faith, means of grace, Word and Sacrament. I've drilled it in your heads. You guys just said it less than a month ago. The Holy Spirit causes you to make good choices. No Holy Spirit, bad choices. You guys remember when we talked about the third commandment? You guys remember the cell phone analogy? Which one of you wants to tell me the cell phone analogy I talked to? Abby, tell me the cell phone analogy.
You need to refill our battery with the Holy Spirit.
Because like the cell phone battery, it's charged, but it's not going to stay that way. You have to keep recharging and recharging and recharging. Your faith is the same way. You have to keep recharging it, or else it's going to get weak, weak, weak. It could die if you neglect it enough. Well, you recharge your faith with Jesus, and Jesus comes to you in the means of grace and word and sacrament found in church. This is actually why church is so important, because the more you maintain your faith, the more the Holy Spirit will work, you'll make wiser choices. And you can make the argument that next year, when you have so much change you're dealing with, it's more important than ever next year for you guys to stay grounded in your faith. So continue to take care of your faith. Go to church. And I guess the last thing I'll end on tonight is, it goes by pretty fast. Would you say this year went by fast? It did for me. This year flew by. I don't know where it went to. The years start to do that. Before you know it, you're going to be sitting in a high school graduation ceremony, and you're going to wonder, where did it go? Okay, work hard, make good choices, but take the time to enjoy life. Take the time, make time for good quality family time. Make time for your friends. Take care of yourself. Enjoy life. It goes by fast. High school will be gone before you know it. Smell the roses. And secondly, and lastly, we will be in touch. I'm going to make sure that you guys are stayed connected with youth group here next year. So hopefully this won't be the last time I see any of you. Hopefully I'll see you guys regularly. And I want to let you know that just because you're not going to be in the school anymore, Miss Messina and I are still here for you. I know we both have, at various times been here for you guys for various issues. I'm still your pastor. She's still your teacher. And we still care about you, and we still want you to succeed. So you can always turn to us. Just because you're leaving here, you're going to be Trinity kids the rest of your life. And so this place is always going to be here for you. So I want to thank you, lastly. Because, you guys didn't have to come here. You had other choices for schools. You didn't have to choose to work hard and to take religion and other classes seriously the way you did. But you took it seriously. And so I want to thank you guys very much. I'm going to miss you guys. Thank you.